Because if you telling me y'all don't want to give this man a wall and y'all gonna allow millions of people to fucking starve, I'm sorry. Oh, because it really sucks. But you're gonna allow millions of people to starve because he wants a border to keep people out? That's pig-headed. And if Trump is literally saying, because you're not going to give me my wall, I'm going to cut out all these programs. And y'all going to have to pay for it because y'all won't give me my wall. It's pig-headed. But at the end of the day, y'all elect him as president. Y'all did it. Everybody, it's your girl Lex, and welcome back to my channel, Lex the Best. And I want to say hello to all my besties out there. So you guys, today we have a very serious topic to talk about and how it's affected millions of Americans. And it's about the government shutdown and how it's going to be affecting all the SNAP benefit holders, you know, people that receive EBT food stamps. So I was on my timeline on Facebook, and everything I seen, it was saying that, oh, people are going to get their food stamps cut off, people are going to go hungry, is this the Great Depression? It was just so much going on. So, you know, I cut on the news, I looked at it, I did some research, I was up for hours so I can get information to you guys the way that I got it. So due to the government shutdown, that started in December, it became the longest government shutdown of American history. And it seems as if Donald Trump has pulled out a raft and he is taking no prisoners with this, you guys. The shutdown will affect millions of people. And the worst part, it's going to affect low-income families. That's one of many concerns, you guys. So, excuse me. So it will affect low-income families, elderly people, people with disabilities, to get their basic food essential needs cut off completely. Like, and in March, it's going to be substantially cut. April, it may just be wiped out. And Donald Trump said that this shutdown can go on for months, even years. So this means that while you still got EBT, spend them wisely, because you don't know when you're going to get them again, and you don't know how much you may get in the future. So when it comes to that though, the USDA found a loophole to where you'll be able to receive your food stamps for the month of February in January, because they get their money 30 days ahead of the time it's supposed to be issued out to the SNAP holders. So they are, before the shutdown, you know, everybody gets shut down completely within the government. They'll go ahead and they're issuing February's on January 20th. Some states may get them a few days before or a few days after, but the median is January 20th. So once you get those on the 20th, and your stamps for the month of January also regularly scheduled, when February comes, you guys, you will not be receiving food stamps. Just keep that in mind. You won't be getting food stamps for the month of February. And then for the month of March, you may get stamps, but it will be decreased. And the reason why it will be decreased is because they only have $3 billion in the reserve fund for food stamps. Now it takes $4.8 billion to feed the 19 million households that is in need of this assistance from the government. So since they would be short $1.8 billion, they would have to spread those $3 billion out over with all the families, you know, that receives it. So it's going to look like food stamps is going to be decreased about 40%. And in larger households with less income, that qualifies as a low income, that average household gets about $450 a month. They may be cut back $170 from the $450 that they normally get. And that is kind of like not the average household, but for the households that's a little larger, maybe 4 people in the household. But what would also happen, you guys, and what a lot of people don't realize is, 800,000 workers of the federal government has been laid off for the time being. But if we don't get SNAP benefits for the month of March and then April, if they get wiped out, the people at these grocery stores and these markets are either going to have to put their prices sky high, and most Americans won't be able to afford it because if they qualified for SNAP benefits, they already are pinching their pennies. So the markets will lose out on business because, people aren't going to be buying the way that they usually buy it. And another thing that's still contradicting is if they put their prices super low, they're not going to be bringing in the revenue that they usually bring it in. You guys, the food industry gets $4.8 billion a month. Now think about that being wiped out. And then this just will happen. They will have to start laying off employees because they are not making the revenue that they usually would make off of the EBT SNAP program. This program really, literally sustains a lot of businesses to keep them going. So people are going to be laid off. Maybe the quality of food probably isn't going to be as good. Things may be sky high, and if they shoot very low, which they probably won't because, of course, America is all about its dime, we're going to literally be in for it. Just a lack of a better word, because I really don't know how to put that. So it's like, are we working towards another Great Depression? Like, families literally could be starving. Not to mention, people have a hard time already paying this expensive rent in America, especially if you live in a metro area or a bigger area. It's going to be hard. And it's like, what will they do to feed their families? Anything could happen. But starvation causes people to act crazy. And if we head there, Lord knows what can happen. But I do want to see this from both sides. And, when it comes to politics, I don't like to say, oh, well, I'm this and I know this and I don't know that. I'm just taking time to step back out of the situation and look and say, okay, what's really going on? And what I've come to realize, what people kind of get twisted, is that the government really doesn't owe us anything. When it came to the Constitution and everything, we all agreed, well, our ancestors, or however it goes, not trying to get too deep in it, we all agreed to be governed. And in America, our country is ran by the government. And I realized with us Americans, we only like things that has to deal with us. Like, if it doesn't affect our lives, we can care less about it. And people think because now what's going on, yes, it really sucks that they can impeach Trump because of it. But honestly, you guys, yes, it sucks, but it's in his guidelines as president. He can do as he feels. His main focus and main goal as president, which people get really, really jacked up, is to protect our land. And it's not really much of protecting our land from us. It's to protect our land from others. And when I think about it, like, why wouldn't you want your land protected? Not that I'm taking any sides, but think about it. If, you had your house and you had your land and somebody just wanted to come on your land and live on your land without having to say a word to you, without having to justify why they're there, and you got to clothe them, you got to feed them, you got to take care of their medical needs, all while they're on your land. What would you do or say about that? How would you feel about that? And that raises a very serious question, because when I first looked at it, I was like, I know Trump I know he's not trying to sit up and make all these people be hungry because he wants a damn wall. But you guys, our country, the land of the free, you know, which people get that screwed up too, but it's governed. And when he was voted into office, I didn't even vote for Trump into office. I didn't, I'm going to be honest. But you guys, at some point, we have to respect that. Everybody's saying, oh, he's not my president, he's not my president, he's not my president. But guess what? He is your president. If you are in America and you are a citizen of America, he is your president, whether you like it or not. Just like your boss is your boss, whether you like it or not. And when you're at work and you have to do a job that either you don't feel like doing, you don't want to do, and you think it's backwards or not right, in order to get what you want out of it, you still have to do it. And it's just like this with the president. He has this land, this America, that he's saying he wants to block from having illegal people come over. And if we're going against him, saying, no, this doesn't make no sense, this is dumb, this is stupid, well, guess what? You guys put him in office. He didn't put himself in office. And for all the people that didn't vote to put him in office, you can't complain because you weren't a part of helping to make the solution to get someone else in office. So guess what? That makes you a part of the problem. I understand that I may have an unpopular opinion. And don't get me wrong. You guys, sometimes Trump is very outrageous with his antics and the things that he says. But at the same time, you have to go by it. If you are a citizen of America, Trump getting his wall or getting that wall built to keep outsiders out and to keep us in will not affect your life. Honestly. Like, to be completely honest, what is it hurting? And then you guys say, oh, well, we don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for that. But, you know, when something comes up in other countries and, you know, if they have disasters or they need the military, we pull the money from somewhere. So we can't say that we won't have it or we can't come up with it. Because in all reality, you guys, as long as the government runs the Treasury Department, and no matter how much they say we are in so much debt, that's a whole lot of hoopla because we can get the money. The money will come from somewhere. Just got to make it happen. But, you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm heartless because at the same time, I have family members that need this. But, you know, it's like Trump is blaming this on the Democrats. The Democrats is blaming this on Trump. And, you know, the Republican Party. It's all a whole bunch of back and forth. But everybody's saying Trump is so pig-headed and how could he do this to the American people? This isn't fair. He doesn't know what it's like to be in poverty. So he would put something in place to hurt people and he doesn't know what it's like. And I get that. But have you guys looked at the other side to where y'all not giving this man what he wants, but that really isn't going to hurt you in the long run at all, even if it's a stupid idea or if it makes a whole lot of sense. But are the people that's going against him to not give him the money that he needs to put up this wall going to be that pig-headed for people that needs these benefits to not get them? It's like a double-edged sword, and it's not fair. Like, let up. Okay, now push is coming to the shove. Push is coming to shove. He is putting people's foot to the fire to say, let me get this wall. And you're telling me you're gonna allow him to take food out of so many people's mouth, millions of people's mouth, because because people want to be pig-headed about a wall to protect our country. I could see if he was trying to build some nuclear stuff and go nuke another country that ain't got nothing to do with nothing because he wants to be a butthole. But that's not the case. The case is that he wants a wall to keep people out that doesn't belong here because you can't go to Korea, you can't go to Canada, and you can't go to freaking Russia with that crap. I'm saying, in other countries, the way that we give the backlash to our president, because I ain't gonna lie. At first I'm like, he ain't my president either. But it is what it is. He is. But the backlash that we give to our president for him wanting to protect our land, you can't do that in other countries. You will get your head chopped off. Not to mention, go to Korea. Go to Korea and be there illegally and let them catch you. Or go to Korea, commit a crime, and let them catch you. It ain't just you being in prison for stealing a pair of sunglasses. No, when you commit a crime, an offense towards their people on their land, it ain't that easy. So you guys, you really got to think about what we're trying to be up against. Like, is it really that serious? You know why people put fences in their front yard? So people won't be on their property that doesn't belong. And if they do, trespassing, right? That's what you call the cops of trespassing. You get upset. You grab your gun because you see somebody walking up to your door on your property. And it's like, let them try me. Now, let me let y'all know right now, I am not biased at all with the situation. I think it sucks on both ends because both parties are being pig-headed as hell. Because if you telling me y'all don't want to give this man a wall, and y'all gonna allow millions of people to fucking starve. I'm sorry. Oh, because it really sucks. But you're gonna allow millions of people to starve because he wants a border to keep people out. That's pig-headed. And if Trump is literally saying, because you're not gonna give me my wall, I'm going to cut out all these programs. And y'all gonna have to pay for it because y'all won't give me my wall. It's pig-headed. But at the end of the day, y'all elect him as president. Y'all did it. And even if you didn't elect him, the way that it goes, he's still our president. It's a wall to keep some order in America. You know, it's a lot of bills and a lot of things that's been passed to the point where America literally is too nonchalant to the things that are going on in this world. We are allowing a lot of things to go on because it's like, oh yeah, let's turn the other cheek. We have no standards in America. And it's pretty sad. You guys, we have come a long way. This ain't genocide. This isn't slavery. I'm sorry, the parents have to get out of the country that's here illegally, and, you know, the kids have to stay. That really sucks. You know, I don't agree with everything, no, but even if we fix that part, let's still try to fix what's going to be going on for the next 10, 15 years. Like, we can still put that in place. And that's just my take on it. But you guys, does our country need a wall? If we don't get it, are we going to have a lot of Americans starving because of a wall? Because even though this situation doesn't affect me, literally, well, per se, the situation doesn't affect me the way that it's affecting others, I'm affected. Because I ain't going to be able to buy nobody food stamps after the month of February. And I don't like that. I still got to feed my household. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously, because, you know, I don't get any special assistance. I have to pay everything the full amount. So I know it sucks, but whatever, I'm just playing. But seriously, you guys, tell me, when is enough enough? If, with all the things that's went on, if Trump could have been impeached, it would have happened. It's like we're just trying to take little things out the sky to impeach this man. And none of it is going through because it's not real validating things. Just because you have a president that does things that you don't like doesn't mean we can impeach him. So instead of causing more hoorah, let's figure out how we can get it right. I guess there's more of a way of saying it. Like, let's just freaking make it right. When we saying let's make America great again, it ain't because we on Trump's side. It's like, let's make America great again because we have dealt with a lot of BS. And at the end of the day, we need to do something about it. And, you know, come to think about it, you guys, when it comes to these pregnant moms that needs that WIC assistance that will be cut out, and those little children and those babies that need formula because everybody can't breastfeed, how are we going to handle that situation? You know, obviously, we can see that our president is stubborn as hell. And he will push it to the limit. We see that. So, give him his wall. So, my little cousins and, you know, my little baby cousins and your baby cousins, aunties, nieces, uncles, elderly, can get the resources that they need. But that's all I have to say about the situation, you guys. I hope you like this video. Share it. Just getting, you know, my opinion on the whole situation. And let's make America great again. I don't know what to say, but we need to figure out something. And something need to be figured out fast. Because if not, Americans are going to be starving. We're going to be in the Great Depression. And if it reaches that point, could y'all imagine what our America would be like? Could you really imagine? This is like, it could go into third world country type stuff. Even though I hope we're smarter than that. But is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Alright, you guys, I hope I gave y'all something to think about. And like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you share this video. I will have an update for you guys to figure out what's going on if things change, you know. So make sure you subscribe so you can come back to my channel and you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.